special episode of Songs of Creation. Yeah. So last week some things happened. Well, not last week, a few weeks ago. But the point is that we've had some time to process and get through it.
Except for those of us who don't know.
Yeah. So would anyone like to recap?
Vernon's dead. Ah!
Might have
Ah!
started on religion, though.
Okay.
Summary complete.
Yeah. So
Do I get
it's kind
inspiration for that?
of we'll see. So, oh god. Yeah. So last session ended with the battle for Higershill um, being a bit more chaotic than was prior expected. Um, it seemed for a while that you guys were getting the upper hand and everything, and then losing it. It was back and forth, back and forth. The Exodus protocol was triggered a bit prematurely, and so there were still plenty of people needing to be evacuated out of the city, while the massive structure of the Cathedral of Sand and Rath's Tower were now floating above the city, trying to get away from where the inevitable, well, time bomb, so to speak, that the mind flayers had set in motion. Uh, before that could happen, the goal was to try to draw them in, to hold off the First Legion until enough of them got close enough to be swept up in whatever the attack would be. Now, find yourselves. You found yourselves then in the midst of the battle, where one fair Gandali, devotee of Krishtak, one person dying, said a prayer, and as luck would have it, that prayer was heard by the worst possible entity that could have heard, clawing a tear from the nine hells through to this realm. Came Krishtak, with all Forsaken Songblade, who, hideous in his true form as you saw it, displayed he assumed multiple forms or multiple shapes, gave no care to really who suffered in the path of carnage and furled, be them Frogandali, be them First Legion. Didn't matter. Knights who fled from the site were punished as well, their mouths sealed. Horrid sights all around. But Zara, you managed to help rescue a lot of people from the not the tower, not the tower boat, but I know you were able to get from the. You recall you were able to at least get from the uh, Glass Earth. You then swept down to get as many as you could from the Brick Palace, knowing that you had to have left some behind. All people were getting out of the city as quickly as they can, including the remaining soldiers of Higershill themselves, the students and instructors of the Iron Vaults. These left in time to try to rally to the position of the Fergandali Knights, ordered by a Flohelgian woman, whose motivation was less about the strategy and overall plan of the battle in that moment, as it was about trying to save a friend. Brunin was ferocious in battle, the Blissbringer in hand. He cut down many. He unfortunately saw his new fellow brothers in arms, Krishtaki Knights. Well, he saw one of them, the bear, being cut down by the First Legion soldiers. And then, soon enough, Krishtak himself began attacking you indiscriminately in this horrifying, many-handed form. Burden challenging, screamed out his name, asked if this was how he treated those who served him, those who swore an oath. step. Finally turning around. Reached out, grabbed Roden, with wearing the ancient armor of really the first to ever take the oath. Threw the knight against the far wall figure shell after crushing him. Roden's body lay shattered. His last few moments choking out as Atraxa abandoned the position that the abandoned her role as a leader in the position that the Iron soldiers of the Iron Vaults had. She ran to go to help her friend. It's too late. So, yeah. Roden. Roden's body is there in Atrax's arms. But as far as what Roden sees in those moments, well, it's what he hears first. There's music. It's happy. There's a proper Teriel shindig that's underway. You can already smell those famous brambleberry pies that Sarah Benklefoot makes with the saffron and the rosewater pastry dough. Young folks, pretty and decked out in all their fine cotton coats, silk dresses, strolling up to the affair in style. You, though, you walk a bit more slowly, breathing in the comfortable, crisp air. There's applewood smoke on the breeze. You, the old coot, with coattails, just hanging nearly so low as his shins, walking a bit bent over, arm in arm with a woman, silken white hair, faint trace of freckles under laugh lines. Her age, it's sprinkled well from a lifetime of smiles. The picture of her, what you see. Wow, it's a padded picture. I'll send it to you shortly. In the meantime, you look at her and you smile as well. You see the stories told by all those lines she carries diminish none of that beauty she wants and still bears. It's a warm face. It's the kind where even as she's gone frail like you can see just what she looked like when she was a young girl. Or the grace with which she had aged wasn't enough to help your imagination conjure up an idea of what she once looked like. The granddaughter racing up to her paints an even clearer picture. Granny Cawthon! Kara! Where are your shoes? I muddied them. She kind of looks at her, smiles, pats her on the back, and says, "Well, it's better dancing barefoot anyway. Better get in there." Out of nowhere, comes a shout from atop the hay bales, stacked 6 feet tall, propping open the gray barn door. "Whoa there!" you shout. Old coot you are, as a halfling toddler dives down, nearly toppling this old man that you become. You hear a voice, "Dragon Linus Cawthon!" It's a disapproving yell from another young halfling man, spitting image of you. His tired eyes behind those brass spectacles, but smartly dressed for the occasion. "What did I tell you about climbing things? You could have fallen and been hurt." "Oh, he's all right," you say. "He could have hurt you. Done many more foolish things than that, and I'm still kicking. Couldn't be my grandson's the one to take me out," you say. "You sure you're okay, Dad?" "Booner, I'm fine. How's the ale? Could be frothier." He hands you this cup to try. Take a sip. Sneer, look at him. "If I gave you a gold piece, you'd say it was too yellow." Your wife gives you a tug at your arm. "Bruden, come on, we're going to be late." Smile, but you put your grandson back in your son's arms. Boy tugs at his dad's sideburns. You have the satisfaction to remember that's just how Bruner often gave yours a good yank at the same age. You sit down. Tables are full of apple iced oat cakes, party bowls, chicken something soup, honey burnt pears, Declan's famous fireball trout fritters, those glasses of mulled wine, tangerine rind, and nutmeg. tankard of freshly poured right there before. Not so dark, the ale is. It's going to sour your mood. Not so light that it feels like it's going to fly away. This ale carries you along like a sailor through seas of all these faces smile. All the faces you've ever treasured here tonight. Make small talk about the weather and the ceremony. One says, well, high harvest tide's a perfect season for a hitching. I always preferred frost end. Too cold. But the stars are so clear then. Who cares about the stars at a hitching? Party's always inside. A bell rings, and all eyes turn towards the westward doorway. She's standing there. Colin. Auburn locks. They're braided elaborately into a series of loops, falling down to her shoulders, so a tiara of wildflowers woven with lace ribbon. It's resting on her head. She meets your eyes across the room and smiles. Her cheekbones push up all rosy the way that lingers. She's all the best of you, best of your wife. Vision, lantern light. Last reddish pinks of sunset cool into purple behind her. Barn clears and you walk over to her, your cane clicking from the floorboards. She stops, holds up the sparkling hem of her dress, speaks to you once you're close. Hi, Dad. Big day? The best one. No. Director. Best one so far. Across the room, behind you somewhat, the groom comes in. He's being carried on a makeshift palanquin by his friends, and a roar of laughter fills the room. Just, this sight is ridiculous. Your daughter kisses your cheek. She hugs you. Thank you, Daddy. You only smile back. Her face is aglow as she turns to walk to him. Groom's face is full of tears at the sight of her. They kiss. Cheers resounding. Music kicking in again as the band takes up one of your old tunes. A voice starts to grumble behind you. I told him if he hurts her, I'll break his legs so he can't run. Adrax, I thought you said you liked him. She has to turn her head to look at you. That one white eye closest to you hasn't worked since she earned that thin scar that's running salmon pink across the cheek. Brow. She sneers. I said I liked him better than he deserved. You let out a respectful whistle, smile up at her. Boy doesn't know he's lucky to be alive. Adraxa kind of chuckles. Says, "Oh, you damn halflings are lucky." But I'm
Ain't wrong.
not sure I've ever seen one so lucky as him, though. She looks at you curiously, gives you a shove in the back that she meant as a pat. Points around the room. So I thought you had a mirror brooding coffin. Have you never looked at it? Look, suppose she's right. And tell her as much. Said, suppose you're right. She says, of course I am right. I am always right. I would think you would figure that out by now. It's about that point in time that a lonesome fiddle starts to carry the melody of a leaf-fallen terial. The walls begin to groan and shake for a moment. Your heart starts to feel this sorrowful heaviness. Cold. Just, can this be real? Look around, the faces. What man could really be so lucky? Think this to yourself. Doubts filling your mind, the walls around you, these faces. None of them are real, are they? How could they be? The walls seem to start to deteriorate around you. Draft. Makes you shiver. It's cold. For just a moment, you think you see a silhouette beneath a tree through the gaps in the floorboards. Play something else! Comes Adrax's voice. It's a wedding for Branch's sake! Now that, the fiddler scrapes the bow clumsily in the booming interruption. There's a round of laughter and here's! Join in as the guests start applauding the white-haired matriarch of Camp Thunderstone. Lantern light grows a little bit brighter. Walls and faces feel familiar to you again. There's a shove and a shrug from the band, and the fiddler sits his ass back down. Now the elf with the lute starts strumming a howler of a jig. Rover and the rapier, another one you penned back in your youth. From your years of playing, you know that it's a hard thing to play a song so well as to drive a packed house of halflings up from their meals to dance. But the band does just that.
I accept royalties on these songs, you know.
And you hear you see one of your good friends, he, flicks a coin. That Moloch? Pretty bastard. Monks don't understand coin anyways. Oh, smile, feel your stiff, old bones lighten a bit. You even see young Williker lad jumping up on the table. Catch your wife's eyes looking up at you from above her cup across the room. It's a look you've given and a look that you've received many times before. You know what it means. With a wince, you nod to her and strut slowly out to the dance floor with your cane to meet her. Taps. Tap. Tap. Younger folk in the room give you space so you can kind of dully two-step with her, cane in hand. And you see Kella there. Her husband's twirling her. He and she both grin at you. And right then, your new son-in-law gives a polite, dismissive bow, as if to thank you for trying. And that is his great mistake.
Don't fucked up.
Because Brunin Coffin will not go gently, no sir. With a daring raise of your eyebrows, you toss the cane to your new son-in-law to catch. Now, as the band hits a lightning fast rhythm, the dance floor clears around for Brunin the Bard, Legend still kicking up his heels. Clapping rises up along the chorus of whistles and cheers. You start spinning around with your wife, arm in arm, twisting and leaping through the air, every bit as effortless as your grandson diving off those hay bales at you. Take your daughter's hands, do-si-do. Even spot your son Bruner finally, you see, up with his half-elf wife. The song reaches its fever pitch again. You catch your wife, your young bride, lift her over your head, spinning on the dance floor. She sinks back down in your arms with a final strum. And it's almost like an illusion. Neither you nor her feel old and feeble anymore. He's here just as lovely. Auburn hair, bright smile. Her face flushes and she's warm as you remember holding her on your own wedding day. Songs play on. They play on forever. Now. Adraxa.
Yeah.
Amidst
Yeah.
the battle, there's no music. Not even the familiar sound of drums that drove your legion times before. There's no trumpets flare. It's all the discordant screeching of metal. Horses whinnying. But you don't hear any of that. You only hear the intense feeling of blood rushing through your head. Dripping through its body. It's cold. Cold. Almost to the point where your hands, if you noticed how tight you were holding them, would have been enough to draw blood if your nails would be bruised to blood. Holding him. What do you do?
I look around. What is going on around us?
Perception check.
Disadvantage? Still
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
exhausted.
Not on top of that, I would say disadvantage if you're well slept because of what's going on. You're not.
10.
10.
Yeah.
You only really know the situation as it was when you went out there. Krushnak's no longer there. You can see him cowered left. Flew back over to Ilmater's Peak. use that place to tear a hole back to this hole. Cave for hiding place. Goddamn snake. And now, Krishnaki Knights are in disarray. The screams from the city as the sky overhead is starting to crackle. There, among the numbers of the Krishnaki Knights, along with the soldiers of the Iron Vault, you see one rather tall knight looming over the others start to rise up after he, well, how would you like to make your entrance?
You see this tall figure rise up off of the ground in the midst of the Knights of Krushtok, bald head, kind of olive skin, black tattoos wrapping his face. Basically, you just see his head rise up a good, 2 to 3 feet, 2 to 4 feet above kind of all these other Knights of Krushtok. And you just see him look over in your guys' direction. And you swear as he starts to make his first steps towards where you are currently crouched down by Brunin, that you feel the ground shake slightly with each step he takes towards you.
Okay. I fumble for the feather that I just took off Brunin like a minute ago. And I draw the door to our feather house. And as soon as it's open, I pick up Brunin by the chest plate and I throw him over my shoulder. And I kick open the door.
You look behind you, you see this large barbarian-looking, or large Goliath-looking person start to run towards you as he sees you summon this door.
Yelorena!
What's happened?
I need help.
Oh my god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh no! He's not! No!
It's fine. It's fine. Just put... No, it's fine. Put him somewhere safe until we can find Sarah. He's fine.
What did you do?
He's going
What
to be
is he
fine.
wearing?
Just please put him somewhere safe until we can find Sarah.
You hear another shout. Just Reggie comes in and screams, "No!" Just runs with Yelorena and just puts a hand on him.
It's going to be fine.
What's happening out there?
Just stay here, okay? Just stay here. I'll be back. Please keep him safe.
She grabs you by the wrist as you're about to turn away. She grabs your wrist urgently until you turn back. Constant vigilance. Come back here. Come back safe.
Hi. Close the door on them, and it disappears.
Right.
And
Behind you, as soon as you close the door on the other side, you see this Goliath stand, having finally reached the doorway. Confused, perhaps. Did she just use magic in front of you? What does that mean now? Who was that knight? You don't remember him in the file?
can I help you?
That is a Knight of Krushtok.
He's my friend.
Bollocks.
Do you want him? You can fight me for him.
Perception check, both of you.
Goliath draws out his warhammer.
Nice.
You would be no friend of the Knight of Krushtok.
I am no friend of a Knight of Krushtok.
Perception checks?
8.
8.
15.
You, drawing your warhammer, see her coming, but then immediately see one of the probots, actually a swarm of them, as though they saw the knight fall with Krishnak through, and then they immediately routed directly towards to try to turn Brunin into salvage scrap.
But he's locked away, right? Like, they can't...
He's locked. Yeah, he's locked away. But now there's just coming. I need you to make a dexterity save.
Alright. Does exhaustion affect saving throws? Does anybody know?
I think it's ability checks. It's at a later level. I think it hits saving.
Alright,
throws,
cool.
I can't recall.
I can get advantage on this. Oh, thank God. 10.
Yeah. It's not quite. Not quite enough. Even though you were able to hear. Actually, you know what? No, Mike, you should have advantage on this as well because you saw them. So you have advantage on the on dodge. Yeah.
Here, hold on.
So
There we go. 20.
All right. Yeah. So unfortunately, Adraxa, you're too distraught and too angry right now to be looking upwards. You're just focusing on You're not focusing on anything, but there is just pure ferocity coming out of your eyes right now. Just fire. And you don't notice when the bots come down. One of them knocks you to your feet. You're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as it batters you down. Just firing from really, really damn high. At this point, I almost said it.
I know.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike. Oh, God. All right. Mike. Your character's name again, I'm sorry.
It's our Spine Crusher.
Spine Crusher. Okay, that's going to take some getting used to. It's a bit... Okay. Spine Crusher. You have a chance to roll an attack. You're not getting hit as this thing is out of the way, and you saw it, given that you dodge out of the way. You're still fresh from battle.
I had just drawn my Warhammer. Yep.
Yep. So you're ready for an attack. Go ahead, make one.
As I drew it. So you just want me to do like a regular attack, not a
Yeah,
D100?
just roll an attack.
All right. One sec. Cool. Oh, yeah, that's a good way to start. 27.
I'll say with that, you don't just hit one, but you hit 2 of the 3 that went towards you with one clean swoop. Striking both of them, the wild orc. One of them explodes against the wall. The other one flies up for a bit, tries to. It's like kind of like a battered wing trying to right itself, and is able to like slowly turn itself around towards you. When one of the soldiers on top of the walls from the armies of Ember finishes it off with a small firebolt. There's still one.
So I have.
At this point, one's clinging to you, Adraxa, trying to turn. Yeah, go ahead.
I have extra attack.
Yeah. So right now there's one more. The one that knocked Adraxa to the ground.
Okay.
It's actually starting to cling onto you. It's starting to grab onto her back. There's a moment as you see a needle raise up, familiar thing you've seen fighting these. Go ahead. What do you do?
Okay. So I'm going to try to, as much as it pains me to see somebody that just kidnapped a Knight of Krustak, I'm going to swing the hammer at this creature about to drill into Draxa.
Okay. Roll an attack.
27 again.
Holy shit.
I like him.
All right. Just immediately, a cloud of just metal and springs, and Adraxa, the force of the impact and the way that the thing was holding you when it got knocked off actually flips you back over. So you're now lying on your back again, looking up at him. Goliath, Spine Crusher now, having swung the Warhammer, holds his Warhammer up, sees you. You're lying prone. He has a chance.
Spine Crusher takes the handle, puts one foot on top of this half-orc barbarian, and places the brunt of the handle on her neck.
You sure you want to do that?
Where did you put the Knight of Krustak?
Someplace safe, and he is no Knight of Krustak.
Why would you want to keep him safe?
Because he's my best friend. I try and kick him in the nuts.
Roll an attack for unarmed. Actually, on that note, what's your passive perception? Like,
10.
okay. Do me a favor first. Roll a stealth check.
Me?
Ashley?
Yeah, Ash, to see if you
Okay.
can do this. Succeed on the stealth check, you can roll with advantage.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, that beats his passive perception. So roll with advantage on the nut shot. God damn it. Sorry.
I don't know what you expected from either of us, but
No, it's fine. This is such a beautiful note.
21 to hit.
Ooh.
How's your AC, man?
So it meets. It beats.
Oh shit!
Your AC
Okay.
is 21.
No, it beats. It didn't meet. You beat it, yeah.
I beat
I was gonna
your me.
There were bells going off in my head, like, okay, oh shit, rewrite. All right, cool. So yeah, I would say at this point, you're knocked prone. It's just that. So yeah, you might be clad in full armor, but there's one thing that she learned fighting the war against you bastards. Get to put a plate that it counts. Now,
Oh, this is good chainmail, but they didn't. Oh gosh.
Get away from me. I don't have time for this.
aboard the Scarab, there's a lot of fear. People, well, the crew is having looked over the city and everything, and then seeing that monster appear, having tried to bomb it, or having seen the other ships trying to take runs, shooting at it, bombing it, but to no avail. The thing that appeared over Ilmater's Peak, the Titan, they don't know what it is. It's the First Legion that they have. Was that being from another realm? Was it a god that came? There's discussion. True and panic. One thing you do know for sure is that there's still people out there. You see the exodus near the outside of the city. It's starting to. You see as the sands are starting to fall into the ocean, passing over the beach. You see there's some. Out of the corner of your eye, you look down and you can see there are crowds of people running, arms in the air as they're running along the beach, hands up. And they see the sand pouring down. Lost, realizing it. You see a lot of them fall. Some of them try swimming into the ocean. And the ship turns. Feel lurch. Captain looks at you. There's no time. Looks to the crew. We need to abandon Higashi now. We've gotten word. The anomaly has not been stopped. It's happening. It's happening now. Now, Draxo, as you're lying there looking up at Spine Crusher, as you're now lying there looking at, well, seeing stars, maybe it is actually the fact that she just kicked you, that you're seeing things, colors, it makes sense. The shouts, the soldiers of the Iron Vaults as they clean up the last remaining bits of vanguards that were in the main assaulting unit. There's a round of cheers, but these are then soon met with more shouts and orders as some of the elite members of the Iron Vaults come to gather them back into an organized. There's concern. Why were they outside the gates? entire point was that they would be able to hold him off as long as possible and then slip out, but now it was too far gone. Above, the sky begins to crackle. Well, it begins. Now you look up and realize it, notice it. The sky's been doing this. Make a history check. A Draxa make a history check specifically. Or Zara, because now you can see it too, and it's safe. But not fine, so shit.
Oh, 10.
10. Okay.
I think it's a disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. 10.
11. I mean, no, 4.
Yeah.
I rolled 2 3s.
With a 10, I will say, I've seen this before. That's all. You're just not in a state to remember exactly what this looks like. This phenomenon. You see as the sky begins to immolate. Not with flames of orange and red, but with strange sort of crackle-like scene, thunder, and lightning, the storm. It's a scene that is unsettling all the more because there's no clouds above. But you see the sky seem to ripple as though you see tears begin to show, start to swirl around. Now, you do.
I just climb to my feet, looking at the sky. I look at Spine Crusher. My friend? Your so-called knight who just died? To prove to you that your god is no god? He is what I am going to destroy. That giant, that behemoth. I am going to take him down and destroy him once and for all. You can stand in my way if you want, and I will slay you as well. Or you can get out of my way.
It starts to pick up. It's howling again. If there were trees here, their leaves would be flitting white.
Fine.
Spine Crusher pulls himself up off the ground and kind of crawls to his knees, looking up at the sky. The same thing that Adraxa and Zara off in the... He doesn't know Zara, but that Adraxa has seen.
I have a job to do.
I don't know what I saw here today. I'm not sure I want to know. But you have to do what you have to do. But that, from what I saw, was a knight of Kushtak. And if he is dead, then he must be buried with the other knights who have fallen here today.
Does that look like something we have time to do right now?
You hear this electric humming. Same rhythm as you remember those rings spinning. Faster, faster.
I have no idea where Zara is right now, right? Like, I have no clue.
Zara, you're looking. I'll make a perception check, actually. I'll say a straight roll, given that you're in the air, and all eyes more or less would be around the same.
Theory, I'm good at this. Let's see how this goes. 13. I rolled a 4.
You're looking in the direction of the Exodus when the wall comes down between worlds. When the mind flares, time bomb snaps. You notice this happen. Most people would not have seen the sort of perfectly sheer dome of light. But you see it because, well, the Exodus was in the air when it was split in two. A massive cut. You see this sort of line arcing across the waves, all around. The rest of you in the ground feel this immense rumble beneath your feet. All knocked prone. You actually see one of the massive siege engines of the First Legion fall down. Another one. Conduit Striders. You see off to the far east a bit of Ilmater's Peak sheer. Starts a landslide. Tumbles. So, give you guys an idea of what's happening.
Here we go.
Second. So,
I was actually able to get into Fantasy Grounds this week.
Nice. They just officially discontinued support for Fantasy Grounds Classic.
So I guess that was the final update I ever downloaded today.
Why is everything I love ending?
so, second, let me grab a screen print so you guys can see it.
Oh shit. Motherfucking map time.
Oh, great Google Google.
So, that circle is what falls on Yggdrasil.
Oh Jesus.
What is that circle? What does it represent?
So, for a moment, you guys are outside of that circle, are all within that circle now. There is a brief moment for those who are outside of it, watching. The bulk of the First Legion looks, and from their perspective, there's just a moment, flash, fast as a snapshot of the camera, and then they see a massive gaping canyon that for moments is just there. This massive spherical void. They then see the waves of the ocean rushing in to fill that hole in the earth where Yggdrasil stood. You guys don't feel time.
Bruno, we're coming home, baby.
You don't feel time pass.
This is a lot of turbulence.
Yeah, aboard the ship, you feel, well, you feel it kind of shaking a bit for just a moment, and then it picks up back to normal. The only thing is, whereas before, for just a moment earlier, you were flying. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. So, a moment earlier, there were clear skies ahead of you, towards the direction of the Exodus when it split in half. But you saw now when you look out, instead of seeing clear skies and ocean in front of you, you see a tower directly in front. It almost kills everyone on board, but the pilot reacts in the moment. Everyone aboard falls who's not strapped into a seat, tumbling against things. I need you to make a dexterity save.
15.
Yeah. Actually, that's what you need it to be. So yeah, it meets. It's good.
Okay.
All right. So
I
you're
am
fine.
not
You're able.
unconscious,
You're able to
let's
just
go.
barely, catch yourself. aboard something. It's very much, early Star Trek.
Whoa,
Whoa.
camera.
So, yeah, you're able just in time to dodge out of the way of, so I have an image here.
That would have been such a sad but boring character death. Like your ship slams in the tower of roll new character.
You just got red-shirted. Yeah.
Yeah.
My God, why?
Too bad I
Dodge.
just used my divine intervention. Shit.
You dodge out of the way of one of many, many infinite spires
Oh, Jesus.
that seem to be all around.
Nope. I don't like that.
And these are things popping up out of the ground.
No,
Or do-
you've just seen this appear in front of you at the edge of where that boulder fell. The city of Higershill is there as well. But now, looking at it, well, make an intelligence check to see if you can process what you're looking at.
So do we
Can
see
we all
this
make
too? Is that?
It's just Sarah because she's in the air.
All right, intelligence at disadvantage. Let's go. Six.
6.
I'm not smart.
It's not your fault. There are shapes and geometries here to this world that are a lifetime spent contemplating it could leave some unable to understand what they were looking at. On the ground, the rumbling is stopped. You look up and you see an immense space leading out where Ilmater's Peak once was. You see no longer do you see like the horizon kind of open desert with that one solitary peak of where the mountain Ilmater and Shantae's story is. No, you see instead of sky, it takes you a moment to understand what you're looking at. Actually make an intelligence check. Either one of you.
Yeah, all right.
3.
14.
Hey!
Hey! I'm the smart one now, bitches.
You are.
Maybe it's because of that connection you have to Ilmater's Peak, that moment looking up for the star. But something about it causes you, Adraxa, to look up. As you do, you notice that the horizon is not over the sky, but a high, high cliff wall, as though the city itself has been placed neatly into base, almost a dish, surmounted on almost all sides by this enormous stretched up wall. You can see that the walls extend a great deal beyond. Make another perception check, either of you, on the ground.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
13.
I'll say
Yeah.
18's enough. You notice that the First Legion is not moving.
As in perfectly still.
They are perfectly still. Some of them actually holding the position mid-stride with a leg up. You see some of them simply fall. A lot of them just stand in place, almost like suits of armor you've seen. Well, you've seen at least barracks and military halls.
With
Spine Crusher looks around uncomfortably.
with my intelligence roll, do I think this is the Exodus protocol? Like, do I think, oh, things must be going well, or do I think like
14?
Yeah.
No. Your intelligence roll, you remember you remember what Ace Sith said atop the brass tower. The cup's been broken. You're in it. And now you have to find a way to climb back out. You hear a noise. A low. It's like wind, maybe, but no. It sounds more like a long, sustained breath in the caverns above the goblin. That's what you notice. Sort of a light, not really directional at all. There's no single sun or light, just this endless kind of sweeping gray mist above this grayish green. Sometimes you think that you see light pouring through, sort of volumetrically, like you would see on early mornings back at Thunderstone, light comes through the pines. This is not comforting. This is distressing.
Hey, Matt, real quick.
Yeah.
Can you maybe just speak up a little bit or closer to the microphone?
Yeah.
You're cutting out every once in a while. And I'm losing
Man,
some of it.
it's okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Eager Shill is lost. But it doesn't mean that the battle for Eager Shill is lost. Sarah.
Yep.
You look and see as the bits of water that were the ocean, or the coastline, at least that bit of water, now starts to spill out over the basin. There's actually dolphins flapping against the ground. The odd school of fish here and there. Those people who were swimming out towards the Exodus, now you see them kind of swept along in the current. Lost. Most likely lost as they're spilling out towards the farther part of the basin with the water. There's screams throughout the city. Lights from the armies of Ember looking around. Confusion. You see the wreckage of the Exodus. The half of it, this side, this plane. Tried. It's a damn good plan. There's sparks of almost like I'll make a perception check to see who knows.
At disadvantage. Come on.
Make a straight roll.
Okay, I'll roll again.
Again, being in the air gives you advantage
14?
on perception. Yeah, it's enough. You're able to see streaks
The
of purple
digital
light.
die is cocked.
You're able to see streaks of purple lightning, not from the Exodus, but from above it.
So you're saying the Exodus is crashed down and kind of broken apart?
So, to kind of give you an idea of it, because I feel like it would make more sense to explain. Yeah, actually, I have a picture of that too.
Oh, great.
That would be great. Let us know exactly how fucked we are with a graphic, if you could.
Yes.
And
That's
let me
what-
know who I can assume is dead. Oh.
That's what you guys see of the Exodus. The bits of sand, wreckage that's there.
Okay, yep, that's pretty fucked.
Fuck 2.0. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that so for sure, I'm pretty sure Warren's on the Exodus, correct?
Yeah, Warren was on the Exodus. Ace Sith was on the Exodus. Colbert Renkansen. You don't know about Doresh Kalgresa. And you have no idea about oh god, sorry. The one from the Brick Palace. Oh my god, the one who hosted the fancy party.
Duresh. No, the one from the Brick Palace. She hated us. I have my notes up.
This is driving me crazy because I keep thinking Sister Nathalia, but that was the one from Blackstone. That was not Waja. That was.
It is Raela Thuala.
Thuala Via.
There's my inspiration.
Thuala. Take it, yes. If you remember something that the DM doesn't, then yes, that should absolutely be automatic. Inspiration. Okay. Yes.
By the way, now I have an excuse for not remembering any of the lore.
God damn it!
And now you're the newest character.
I know.
I'm gonna. Can I attempt to send a message to Warren, just basically asking like, "Hey, y'all alive?" Pretty much. Like, what's the,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I send that. I use my 3rd level spell slot. I don't
Just-
know if I get an answer.
Hey y'all, you live?
Oh my god, just I don't even know what to say. Like I saw that from above. what the fuck? What's the situation?
We're professionals.
Oh my god. Is a salvage
You-
mission viable?
You say the words, and embarrassed as you are at how ridiculous you sound, the good thing is there's no reason to feel embarrassed at all as the words fall silently. There's no response.
Really?
So,
Feel really good about rescuing all those people to lead them to their death. Feels good, man.
I feel really good that I didn't manage to rescue almost anyone. That makes me feel a little better.
well, I'll let you have a choice. You can suggest to the captain a course of action.
I'm gonna send off another sending to Teresh Kalgrosa. See if same terrible message. See if I get any kind of answer. I about a third, so I'm using a fourth now.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I wasn't aboard the Exodus. I couldn't make it. I'm hurt. In the city. Yeah.
All right.
Where are you? Find me.
Okay.
And then I think it cuts.
Cut that. Okay. I'll waste another spell slot because and I'm basically gonna be like, I think you're currently the only surviving member of the council. What is your location and what is your suggestions of next action?
Pause. Response. I failed. Tried to make my way to my family. Couldn't reach it. They went. The Exodus. I don't know where they are. God. What's happened? What's happened? And then cuts out.
So he didn't give me a location, correct?
He's in the city.
What you know is that he was on his way towards the council chamber. He's been through a lot.
Okay.
So it's not, unfortunately, it's not always
Yeah.
it's not always it's not finding, it's like.
So which X are we? We're the X on top of the Brook Palace, correct?
Yeah, I mean, like, you would have moved a little bit, like, to where, like, you were floating over the city towards the, probably towards the Exodus, I'd say, for the Brook Palace after you saved some people,
Right.
but.
And where are the council chambers again? They're significantly farther north, correct?
Yes, the council chambers are on the map that, like, the thing with the green roof, the northernmost of the buildings that you see. It's
Okay.
not a tower.
I'll suggest to the captain of the ship that we should touch down at what's left of the Exodus. Or at least do a flyby to see if there's, like, any kind of movement.
Okay. You fly closer to it. As you do, one of the crewmen. Nat 20, perfect. All right. One of the crewmen says, "Sir, there. That looks like what we heard from the report on the attack on the brass tower. Creatures. I see them. Gunner. Training on them. Misses. But
How
the
close are we?
barrage of fire starts to come in as you are probably about closing in. You're probably about 1,000 feet away.
Close enough.
Closing in probably about, we'll say, 50 feet a second.
Okay. And these are all the Mind Flayer creatures, correct?
From what you can see, it looks like there are a number of creatures floating down, firing shots of what looks like purple lightning. You see a wave blast out similar to the one that stunned the Draxon.
Okay. I'm
You
gonna
also, go ahead.
it's safe. I'll defer to the captain. I want to get within 150 feet. I've
looks
got
at-
a new trick, and I'm gonna use it.
They look at the other crew members. Look at you. They're like wary. Like, sir, is it safe? We take shots at it from afar first. I'm not going to endanger anyone else. We need this ship. We don't have
Yep.
any other ways of getting around these caverns.
True.
I can drop you in if you want.
Yeah, do it.
Not jeopardize my crew. I'm sorry. I hope you understand. Get to the flight deck. You're jumping.
I'm jumping.
All right. You head to the flight deck. There, you see one of the. Yeah. There, you see one of the captains point to you. Well, not one of the guards point to you. So, come, right there. Get on. Do you know how to use one of these? He points to one of the speeders that you used back in the desert.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. Glad you're acquainted. Now, hop on.
Yep. Oh
And
God, that's not good for me.
I'll take care of you. Do you want me to cast Featherfall on you?
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Stupid not to. Yeah.
All
I'm not
right.
that confident in my flying abilities.
Wait until the right moment. Now, back on the ground. The barbarian and the Goliath standing, sort of precarious, not quite comfort, but more or less seeing a new threat to both of you. Accustomed to a changing battlefield, not accustomed to this. Well, one of you is. Even so, this terrain. It's unusual.
What's the most immediate threat?
The uncertainty of it.
What'd you say?
The uncertainty of it, the strangeness, the fear. Make a wisdom save.
Uh-oh.
Actually, make wisdom saves all around, please.
17.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
26.
Okay. You are all around doing surprisingly well, considering the circumstances, considering what you've been through, considering
Am I?
what's happened
You,
now.
you know, it's been a year.
Now, you look at each other. On the battlefield itself, the First Legion seems to have been rendered inert. You actually see some of the soldiers of the Iron Vaults, and even the army's a member. There's one or two bored soldiers that are just kind of taking pot shots at the Dill soldiers. Well, some of the commanders say, "Stop it! We don't know if it's a ruse. We don't know." Sir, they're not moving. I think they're gone. They're dead. We don't understand what's going on. Hear a voice that tracks up. This is not quite according to plan, is it then? And then you hear this flash of fire from behind. Standing on the parapets above, you look up and see Atia Tigara.
Okay. So we didn't.
She's looking.
We didn't lose our
Kind of
fire
like-
army. Well, all of them.
Arms folded. We've lost very few. The walls here are built very high. And, well, we took a good defensive position against the attacks they sent us. But this... The Varaxa of Stormhammers, we signed up for one battle, didn't we? To save the city. Feared it's going to be a long battle.
Our mission is changing.
Make an insight check.
Yeah. 7.
So it's different. Get closer. So, she glides down, floating off, similar to what you saw with Eve skating on air.
Mm-hmm.
You see her sort of like slowly drift down to you. She kind of looks over the battlefield. Hard fought. Not, I think, so dearly fought as we have to try and come. What is this place? It's not known to me.
Nor I. No, something went wrong with the protocol, I think.
Can we leave to that place with where you've had kept where?
No, one way only.
What protocol?
What business is it of yours, Fergandali?
Oh.
He just
You hear-
clenches his hands and together.
At this spine crusher, you hear a voice from behind, a cough. Then, Knights! Knights! Reform! We, brave survivors, whatever treachery the Thager and Shiri have put upon us to bring us here, I don't know which, but you, brave soldiers, have fought for Krishtok and survived. We are victorious! Rousing
Spine-
speech.
Spine Crusher looks behind him. Who's speaking? Who is this? Sorry.
This is before, I believe. 1 second. This is the same kind of thin knight that you saw. 1 second. You know him as when Talis did Caliphate. Put that into thing. This, that nobleman's son, sent here to lead the, to Shriek's battlefield show. Under his watch, it looks like very many have died. In fact, you don't recall seeing him in the fray very long. This is the man who pulled off the force. The beginning of the charge.
Brunin, Spine
Yes,
Crusher.
Burden is the one to have pulled him off of that horse, yeah.
Yeah. Spine Crusher looks over to Draxa, looks down at where he thinks she may have put the whatever it was that she used to take that Knight of Krustak, and then looks back over towards this young nobleman.
This is not finished, half-orc.
And he walks, starts to walk over towards the towards the nobleman. Is he approaching him from behind?
Off to the side. You can make a stealth check if you want to not be noticed way.
$21.
21?
Yep.
Okay. Not noticed.
Is he on a horse or is he standing?
No,
there?
his horse is dead.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just, but he's nearly as tall as a horse. Stands there, but he's, kind of like looking around his bed. Kind of has like a staggered, kind of confused stance about it. It just seems dazed, he's bewildered by everything going on. Can't quite make sense of his surroundings, but thinks it's some sort of trick that Cordelia playing. Fair finale betrayal. Although, he's also a little confused as to why his rousing speech praising Flutstock did not listen. Response he expected from his men.
So Spine Crusher wants to sneak up to him, and he's just so annoyed by the clear idiocy of what this nobleman is saying versus the actual reality of everything that happened here. and wants to take the butt of his warhammer and just try to hit him in the head to knock him out.
Okay. Make an attack with advantage.
All right, there we go. 1. All right, so 24.
Yeah. All right. Roll damage.
Okay. Oh, why do I have 2 different attack rolls with it? I have a 1d8 plus 5.
One-handed
and
or
1d
two-handed?
Oh, I'm doing it one-handed then. Thank you. Okay. 9.
Okay. It's nearly enough to knock him fully unconscious, but what it ends up doing is sort of knocking him down to his feet. And he just broke down off his feet. Staggers a bit. There's blood coming down from his hands. He looks up. Seems like he's seeing double. Doesn't quite recognize you. Draws his sword. What is happening? Mutiny!
Put that away, you fool boy. You feed these people lies.
Lies. We are victorious! He raises his sword.
I want to take a swing at his hand holding the sword.
Oh shit, okay. Roll
Just
another
trying to
attack.
knock the sword out of his
Yeah,
hand.
roll another attack.
Yeah. All right, 25.
Fucking hell.
Hits, yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Right.
All right, 12.
Yeah, that does it. You break his hand. Like, soft hit, but like you're just trying to stop it. But it's enough to bend the sword, like the guard of it, actually. So, like, kind of like pulling it to stick out. You actually hit it hard enough that it renders his knuckles just a mess and sends the quillion kind of like sharply pointed upwards. The sword clatters to the ground, and he just starts writhing in pain, unable to control himself, just agony, holding his hand. He just rolls on the ground for a while.
This was as much a victory as your hand is now usable. You fool.
Silent. Outside of the small moans coming from him, just like looks at his now ruined head, realizing what knight could he ever be. Now, Drax, you see the scene unfold. Your mind is elsewhere. Your mind is broken. You're thinking back. See, off in the distance, cliff. I think you see something dangling from it. No, nothing. Trick of the eyes. Cruel one. Zara. Getting ready to fall. They lead you off towards the very edge of this cliff face that's surrounding this deep set bowl the city is contained. So near it, rising just over, leap out with the speeder. Falling. You almost feel like you're going to lurch. Start that motion of swimming in the air when you cast Featherfall on you to help you so that you're not going to fall too fast. That being said, you fall as fast as you want. That throttle speeder. Now, I need you to make a wisdom save though.
28. It was almost a 1.
28.
Yeah.
Okay. You're fine.
That 1 clicked over
It's
into a 19.
very lucky. Very lucky.
Very, yeah.
Yeah. It's an exhilarating fall. You begin to see the it almost looks like a roof over your head, and you kind of like turn the speeder around as you're falling straight down, pushing the throttle and feeling yourself as though you're now you turn so that the ceiling overhead kind of veers until it's below you. Like
I feel like I'm like Jim from Treasure Planet in that opening scene.
Yeah, it's very much that. You're flying
Those are
down.
my badass arc.
Yeah, you see this. You see them, and there's a few of them. Yeah. You also see flashes of light coming back up from the Exodus, from the wreckage atop. The barrages of light. One of them almost arcs past you. You just veer out of the way just in time. You see one of the mind flares below actually begin to burn until his body looks like it's just split in half with flame. Ribs glowing almost cherry orange, as though someone had filled his bones with lead, molten from the inside until he burst. You see 2 more. What do you do?
How high am I off the ground?
You're probably from the Exodus. You're probably about a good, say, 200 or 300 feet. The mind flares below are probably about 300, 200, and then there's people on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna keep plummeting until I hit about 150 feet, and then I'm gonna try to pull back on the throttle.
Okay. Yeah. So you, not just plummeting, but like falling, like you're burning through. Faster than anything else moving out there. The mind flares kind of like gliding down, taking shots, and then suddenly, sail past, and they nearly killed as you almost hit them. Get to the point where you're below them, between the mind flares and the people. Now, what do you do?
Okay, so give me like a vague idea, like what's the radius that the mind flayers are in? Like, are they clumped up at all? Like that kind of stuff.
All right, so yeah, the mind flayers themselves are probably in about, say 40-foot radius.
Like all of them are within a 40-foot radius?
There's 2 left, but a lot of them have been hit. So yeah, there's some others that are defending from the,
Okay,
at least 2 that you can see.
2 mind flayers that I can see. Okay. I thought there was a lot more than this, so now all the plans I had are like completely different. Let's go with... I wish I could make a horizontal blade barrier, but I don't think I can do that. I'll just toss out some...
You could always try and get at least one of them and then figure out the other.
Yeah, okay, I'll just send off, I don't have anything strong. Okay, let's do some scorching rays at one of the guy.
Okay.
So...
Go ahead, roll attacks.
First one's a 27.
Yeah. Yep.
The second one's a 24, and the third one is a... Okay, clear. Got out of the way, I need to click it again.
You switch back to D20s, right?
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. This is funny.
And then... Here we go. The third one is a 20.
Yeah, they all hit.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's roll some damage, so... 7 fire damage, and then... Wow, 3 fire damage, and then... 10, so... I think that's only 20 total.
Yeah, you hit him. Just 3 bolts of light from below, still on the speeder.
Yep.
Yeah. At this, they're going to try to... already used his blast, so he can't get that. He's gonna try just to catch up to you at this point for this round.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to again gliding towards the spear. But you've stopped the throttle, but you're still falling. It's another fall. So about the same rate as him, but he's trying. Back on the ground. Draxa, what are you doing?
What's the most immediate threat now?
You're not sure. In fact, at this point, you're not sure what the enemy is. You know that the Mind Flayers are the ones that wanted to bring you here, so that's what you're expecting, but you don't see them. Kind of, I guess, like Tavana senses as much, reservation and concern from you.
I am.
You are a little concerned. It's fine.
I reach into my pack, and I take out my canteen, and I unscrew the lid, and I just start drinking water, like, kind of like just let it slop down my front.
Yeah. You don't feel that same desert heat, that scorching, stifling air anymore. It's almost this cool, damp humidity.
I,
Like that one morning. You feel the water still is comforting at first. You start to see your breath. It's strange.
I shrug my shoulders, and I just sit down on the battlefield, and I drink some more water.
You should make another wisdom save. At a disadvantage, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably gonna be... Oh, you can always do worse. Nat 1.
Okay. Alright. At this, the cold breath. Constant vigilance. Constant vigilance. Constant vigilance! Storm hammers. You're frost. Those Vagadali fucks are probably right there. Waiting for you. Waiting! Let your guard down. You're a fucking disgrace, Storm hammers. You really her sister? I don't believe that for a fucking second. Get out of here. Walk away. You don't deserve to be in this legion. Go on! Boys, another. Tracks. It hurts. See Tarad lying there in your arms. He's wearing white armor. See Brunen's face. Beside you on the rocks. You're not seeing Eddie Etavara standing there anymore. You see your mother sitting there. Her face is distant. Right. She looks and says. Behind her, you can see kind of just this lumbering figure. Your father. Doesn't turn to look at you. Shoulders broad. It's just looking down, sharpening. Look, sharpening, sharpening. You see something chip fall down. You recognize broken Stormhammer's axe. Throws it to the ground. Worthless. He gets up and just throws the nearest thing to him. You remember the day they got the news? Word of a car shot by some cowards out of tribes. Not even a knight. Farragut Dolly skirmisher hiding in the trees. You remember the trees. You walked through the forests. South Ontario, you were trying to find your way to Marheim. You thought maybe there'd be someone who could help you write a ballad. Or was that the way? Did you meet him in Marth? The memories are crossing now. Confusing. You hear sounds. Amidst the silence, suddenly, horse hooves, clamping, steel. You remember the feelings of waking up night after night, constant vigilance, again and again. That breathing, that you look up at the sky, no sun, cold, overcast winter morning. Look up there atop the cliff face. You see it. It's not like a vertical cliff anymore. As you're looking up at it, it seems like a strange, disorienting trick. The vertical face of the cliff seems to flatten out in front of you. You feel as though you are rushed immediately towards it, pulled in, bodies' faces. The knights of Krushtak lying dead in the field, the armies beneath you. Thuntilians dead beneath you. You remember raising that village at Burn. Those Farragut valleys. You remember that boy that came running out. He had a stick. Frostwolf commanded. You didn't kill him. It's just a stick. The kid didn't deserve. You knew. He ran. Run! Like I fucking knew it! Coward! You heard his voice. You had to find her. You had to find a car in this place. This world. You had to find the words. You're never good with words. She could live. She could live. She could live a lot longer than you could ever live. If she could live through words, you knew that. How many songs you heard sung about her own sheep? You just needed someone with a voice. The cliff face falling towards you starts to curl up strangely at the edge. The rock walls becoming as trees and stretching, spindling skeleton figures there, hanging above. You see a rope. The rope is empty. Sitting beneath it, you see Brunin. What's up, beneath? He's an old man. What the hell's wrong? Jackson, what's wrong? Hey!
It wasn't your time. It wasn't time yet.
Well, we don't have time. I had more time than I should have. Thought that was going to be my time. You gave me more time. Cheers.
I can't do this alone.
You won't. Never. Raises top to his lips. You know, it's rude to leave someone offering a toast without turning. Raises his cup to you, and you feel that you have this canteen in your hand. Miles up. Cheers. Immediately, you put the canteen to your lips. Find yourself pulled back. There's a lot to work through. There's a lot of battles you've been through. Hand on your shoulder. It's not burning or seared. There's no glow or anything. You can feel here, not in this place. You're tired. Think about that hand on your shoulder. That voice spoke to you. Duel. That is strength. Sarah. At this point, the Mind Flayer is close to catching up to you, and you should make another action, whatever you choose to do.
Right above me, catching him in the bottom of it, and hopefully, if I'm lucky, the other Mind Flayer as well. I'm going to cast Dawn.
Okay.
30-foot radius. 30-foot radius. Yeah, 30-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. And he needs to make a if they're both in it, they need to make a Constitution saving throw. 17 or higher.
Okay, sorry, 1 second. Eight.
Mark 8. Perfect. Okay. They're gonna take 4d10 radiant damage. Roll. 22 radiant damage. And I'm gonna keep descending.
Descends. Spine crusher. The other Farragondali knights noticed you knock out the commander that was put in place there. No one who wasn't there for the battle didn't see what you saw. They looked to you. It was the men you know. It was the men who sailed with you here. Not like that one that you just knocked down to the ground. His hand is now mangled. He wasn't conveniently here on some getaway. No. Here you are. Spine crusher. Name you earned.
I look out to the crowd. Approximately how many Knights of Krushak do I see alive?
Out of the 300 or so that were dispatched here,
Yeah. Versus how many do I see dead?
see maybe 25, 30.
Alive.
Some of them wounded. So all in all, able-bodied, 20 at best.
Knights of Kustak. I don't know what I saw here today. I don't know if that's the god we worship, or someone posing as the god that we worship. But what this puny noble here says, that it was a victory. That was a lie. I don't know where I go from here. As I'm sure many of you don't know where you go from here. But we need to find the right path if we are not on it.
At this point, you see one of them stand up. This would be the second. Philip Tasker. Man who's of a much different oath than yours. Rather than wearing the familiar white, this man always seemed to like to be quicker on his feet. His armor was a simple leather with some white adornments. Second. Tasker always seemed a bit more like almost seemed like he'd be better suited to the sea than the open field battle. See it. The right course. Spine crusher. It never seemed to me like a man to be worried too much about being on the right path so long as there is someone to hurt. Look at us. We're plenty hurt. That thing. I couldn't have been our god. That was an abomination. Whatever it was. Some scourge. The Floor Helgen's worshipping some darkness now. Kushtak would. They wouldn't do that.
Maybe Kushtak would not have done that. But why would he allow a demon to pose as him if he is so strong and mighty?
I don't know. I'm not a bloody... We're not clerics. We're not men of the book. We are men of iron. Yes? We go where we're told. We swore an oath. An oath. And I've seen what happens today to people who break their oaths. Spine crusher, we can't. In this place. What if this is his punishment to us? You said it was no victory. If we failed him, this is where he sent us? They shall know. They shall know their wrongdoing.
You look around you, Villup. I see the fields littered with bodies, the corpses of those who did nothing but give their lives for Krushtak. Look around you. Look!
He does. The other knights look around.
I saw the body of a halfling thrown against the walls of this city, donning the armor of the Knights of Krushtak. I saw no oath breaking there, just cruelty.
See one of the elders rise up this one. Oh, you remembered him from earlier in the day. Second. Yeah. Filgo Antilitanos. Sorry, there's the name. Call him Filgo. Philip and Filgo. Filgo rises up. An oath. What is an oath? We keep our oaths. It's kept to us. As you said. What kind of a god would abandon his own servants to this? We're forsaken. He's forsaken us, assuming that he ever cared for us in the first place. What did we serve? The false serpent that came from that mountain? That was him, that was Krushtak. I heard the voice. I know what I saw. Philip looks and shakes his head. You don't know. You don't know. Keep your faith, brother. You need to be strong now more than ever. This place. He looks. This place. You can see that there's a sort of unraveling going on among the men. Sarah. Mind Flayer comes up. I need you to make a DC 15 intelligence save.
No, I'm not smart. 10.
Was it
10.
10? 10? Okay.
Here we go.
I don't think there's anything I can do to stop that.
You take...
Yeah, nah.
Well, last time Brunin saved you, so, you know, maybe... Oh, wait.
So, yeah, you take 22 points of... Actually, no, shit, that's right. So that would be 24 points. 25, sorry, 25 points psychic damage. And you are stunned for 1 minute. As
Excellent.
the speeder starts to fall. You're no longer holding on to it. You yourself is what the spell was cast on, so the speeder now begins to just fall full force. Yeah. Just full weight of gravity. You no longer holding up. You trailing above. As the mind flare that like unfurls his cape, you know, and looks comfortably, just swoops towards him. With that, there's something that you didn't see in time. Who's aboard the scarab sea as a flash of searing golden light comes, carving out a long line, sending parts of the surrounding cliff face crumbling as the mind flayer cut clean in half. You continue falling. Down. Down. The other mind flayer clipped a bit by the edge of that blast, but not quite so damaged. Sails back upwards. Vanishes. It's a minute later, you wake up. Hey, are you okay? I thought you were a goner. I told you she'd be alright. You hear a familiar voice. Man from the bookshop. There, you also see some of the healers from the Glass Earth that you've rescued. She's alright! She's alright!
I feel like I just got slammed into the ground.
A hand reaches down to pick you up. Lifting you up, you see Velico Bravbena, the duelist of the Cathedral of Sand.
This fucking guy.
You are very lucky indeed. For tales, your bravery. I've no reason to fight you, but I would love to one day if ever give the chance to kill myself.
I'm not very adept in the martial arts.
Have you been to Blackstone?
I have, surprisingly, yes.
Not feel single. Different at the same time. It's not the same place. The connection. Other. I don't know how to put it into words. Truth be told, I wish Leja was here. I'm sure he would know it. Faye are always knowing, not. Are you not, Faye? I thought with the glowing.
No. I'm actually, demonic, I guess, you know. But, you know.
It's around. We're in this together then. All of us. Now, Atraxa.
By any chance, looking around all these people, do I see Warren? Or no?
Oh, no. You can make an investigation check.
At disadvantage?
Yep. That's again, it's half of a thing that you didn't. That
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
just
yeah.
came into.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, is there such a thing as quadruple disadvantage? Right, 5.
5.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I figured it's fine.
You look around and asking, like, where, anyone, people are, trying to find ways to open up shattered holes. They're trying to blast through bone hatches, crawl through the debris. They're uncovered. People are yelling and panicking. There's a cheer as someone is able to, save someone from the rubble. They lift up, a body that's ashy gray. Raising it up, cheers resound. At the same time, you hear another woman crying. She's holding her mother in her arms. She has this in her eyes. She doesn't know what to do. See that look. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Yeah. 16.
Oh, disadvantage? Sorry.
Saves?
Saves aren't at disadvantage.
Yes, for this one, given that look, given the emotional
All
state.
right. At 23, so 16
Okay,
still.
16. Okay.
I have +9. It's my one thing I'm good at.
Nice. You keep it together fairly well. You have the sense that something in the back of your mind is nerving about this place.
Yeah.
Persistently trying. Always
Cool.
trying to get at you. But there's much more important things. You didn't climb that wall back and tell you just to get
Yeah.
turned away from another wall that's looking up ahead of you. Strangely enough, you got a grin on your face as you look up at that wall. Roll up your sleeves. Okay. Draxa.
Staring at my hands.
You're just staring at your hands, thinking, and at the same time not thinking. Strange moment where it's all just the occasional intruding image or memory moments. It's so much easier when there's a threat. So much easier when there's something to target, something to bury or axe it. Until that target's not there anymore, what do you do when the target is yourself? This feeling, your past, clinging to you, it's tied to you. No matter how many things you swing that axe at, no matter how many arms you lop off, how many trophies you carry with you, both of the monsters you've slain, your arms, ones you lost, trophies. Carry. A strong back with that much weight. Aetvar sits beside you. I know that look.
I'm so tired.
Fight. It's a funny thing. My people, we rarely face threats and incursions, usually maybe thieves trying to break into our cities. So we prepare, always. Why? Also, our lords can send us off at a whim. They owe someone a favor, well, rather than give up their treasures, they can conjure up with a thought. Rather than give up one bit of their treasuries, no, they send us. I do not shut my duty. But I recognize the look in your eyes. Carry loss, you know?
I have been fighting in a war for 31 years. I cannot get away. I run and war follows. And I just lost the only person that was helping me carry the weight. I do not know how to go on.
Sorry. Okay. Not sure it translates so well. The story is that there is one held on to anger, like a hot coal. They felt their arms, their hands burning, burning, burning. They thought if I could just smother it, tiny, stop burning. The simple problem was that the fire was within them. They were feeding the coal and smothered. So no matter how hard they tried, the fire only grew and grew. You see, it's what's within that drives us. Hold. See, she reaches out her hand because there's this place.
I look at it.
I haven't thought of my son since I lost him. This place brought him back up. I think that we should be mindful. Beware again. Tracks of sometimes. I need to see my team.
Aye.
Stood up. Now, it's mind crushing. You look about the men. The argument between Philip and Filigo more or less settled. Well, maybe not settled. It seems like the men have decided which camp they follow. That the thing that came was a lie. That their entire lives have been a lie. One of them has to be right, doesn't it? Both. What's to say? You do know is that regardless of what your religion is or is not, there are bodies all around. There's some customs that you would see honored for the sake of the men's honor. You look around at the sands beneath you. This place doesn't seem so fitting a final home for these warriors, but you can't carry them with you. You know the way. So, some of the men already begin the rites. You see them using whatever they have, cudgels, the base of their spears. One of them is using his helmet to scoop out sand and dirt, trying to make a grave for his fallen brother. Another for his for the knight that taught him how to wield a sword. Another one for the man who's going to marry his sister. Another one for a stranger. And then men of the Iron Vaults come. Some of them try to begin to help. One of the soldiers, one of the knights, barks at him. Where were you? Young lad. I was just... We were waiting. You're waiting. Because, oh man, their lives. Storms off. All around. Nights falling apart. You look around at the First Legion soldiers. Really see them for what they are. Those hollow things. What are they? Killed how many today? Gonna walk up and see one. Look at what you assume to be its eyes. Make an intelligence check.
Oh, yeah, not one.
You think it jumps at you. You take your warhammer, and bash it in, and it destroy it completely. Now, at this point, you hear voice, Zara. Where are you? It's Congress.
I'm somewhere in like Blackstone now, right?
No, you are.
No, sorry, am I?
Yeah, you are in.
What the fuck is going on?
You're at the Exodus, yeah. So,
Oh, okay. Sorry, you were saying. Okay, never mind. Yep. So, I don't know how he sent me a message, but
say this: make an intelligence check.
okay. At disadvantage. 8.
8. Okay.
Wait, that was a
You're
save.
still.
It's the same for me.
Okay. You're a bit dazed, all in all. You're not really sure. You think the Exodus, but at this point you're indoors somewhere, so it's kind of hard to
Yep.
see. You think that's where they've taken you, but you're not sure.
Yeah.
You probably reply as much. At this point, I'd say if you guys want to take a long rest, you can somewhere within the city, somewhere outside the city. Choice is yours where you want to go.
Before we do that, does Spinecrusher have any sense of what happened here? I know Adraxa did
None.
check. No.
No, there's still so you can try and find answers. You can ask the Eager Shilly soldiers, find someone who might know. You can try to lead your troops back into the city, or go out and go out on an expedition to explore this new strange world. You can do any number of things. Make sure that the First Legion is truly dead. Just take your hammer and systematically, one by one, knock their heads loose.
So Spinecrusher turns to the remaining troops, whoever remains is, seems like most of them are probably helping to bury most of the dead of the fallen Knights of Krushtok.
When we are finished burying our friends here, we need to figure out what this place is.
So Drexa will get to her feet. Just kind of like half been watching, half not this whole thing, making no effort to help with their bullshit. She'll walk over to Spinecrusher. You want answers?
Answers are all I want.
I heard what you said to your men. You're not wrong. I have the information you need. And you can come with me if you stay out of my way.
And my men, can they come as well?
No, they will definitely slow me down. No. Take it or leave it.
friend, will he be buried here?
We do not bury our warriors. We give them fires like proper soldiers.
Soldier.
Aye.
Now that's something I can understand.
Aye.
Very well. I will come with you.
I pick a direction and I just start walking.
Roll a d8.
Alright. Four.
Yeah. Start heading northwest, back into the city.
Spine Crusher,
More or less.
Spine Crusher turns real quick and looks for Filigo. Do I see him?
Yeah, you see him. He's just now like smoothing dirt over. Well, one of his closer friends.
I walk over to him and kneel down.
Filigo, this may be the last you see of me for a while.
What's that? Why is that? Spine Crusher, men. I need you. I need leadership. We can't be a unit. Look, we're already dividing over what happened here today. You want that twerp to be leading us? He can't even hold his sword. We're falling apart. Spine Crusher, listen. I don't know where you stand today. Available with me. Tasker would have the men take offerings of these graves to the one who put them there. I'm done. I'm done. After what I've seen today, I can't. I know what it
listen
means.
to me. Meet me in the city in the morning.
Thunder, it's a bit big.
Gather
But
whatever.
again-
God, sorry.
I was gonna say it's a bit big in the city, but a bit big yourself. Sure, if I ask it after someone that tall. Tattoos. It'll be hard to find.
Gather whatever men you trust and that are willing to follow. I'm sure it's not many. And listen. Keep this secret from Wintaliston. He is not to be trusted.
Trust. Certainly not with command, my god. What the hell happened there today? Least of all, we trust him with a horse. Spine Crusher. Go with honor. Claps you on the shoulder.
With honor.
I want to say.
Spine Crusher gets up
No.
and
Follow
turns
the
and
tracks to the
follows
city.
Atraxa. Yep.
Is there anything you want to do before you go for a long rest? At last, in the shittiest place possible. Although the accommodations you can find in the city, usually pretty nice. You know, some nice Yelp reviews out there.
Help me understand, Matt. Are we in like a different realm now, or are we just in this kind of giant crater?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Does it still look like Higuri Shell?
Yeah, so the city, the walls, your shells, I would say, right? You walk the same streets, you recognize, you remember, even to the point of like Atraxa, if you're thinking Sandalstone Scribes, or if you're thinking how to get back to Shadeflower, right? You're just thinking like, should be just up this street to the left. Yep, there's Zebrats. So keep going.
I would
Like
prob-
everything, the city streets are the same.
I would probably start walking towards where I knew the Exodus was, because that's where I came from before I went after Brunin. So I'll probably, once I realize like where my feet are taking me, I'll probably
Yeah.
start heading in that direction.
Yeah, so you start heading that way. It's a bit tricky because like as you get to that part of the city, you see just like this vacant spot within the city itself where the Exodus had lifted off. Um, it's basements of nearby buildings exposed. You can see there's rock, like sand, and like bedrock and stone layers where water is trickling down into a sinkhole below. Um, can't really make much sense of anything else. So it's just there's, in addition to the city layout being kind of confusing as is, now there's a great big sinkhole where the brass tower and Cathedral of Sand were, that of course happens to be split right in the middle of the city. So it's hard getting around there. It takes some time to navigate about, make an investigation check. Or survival, I'd say.
Oh, you're kind. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Disadvantage. But still. 8.
Yeah. It takes a long time to get wherever you want to go. At this point, you're so exhausted, you're not even sure where you want to go. Like, you could try to go find people, but then it's also the thought of, even if you do, you can't, what position would you be in to help anyone? No. Sarah, you yourself are in a room. You've walked past the halls, rubble, more or less, that people are still clearing out. You feel this tight pain behind your forehead, behind your eyes. Don't want to push yourself any further than this. You've done an incredible amount, and that psychic blast from the Mind Flayers, second one you've had today, you are pretty sure that if you think of anything else at all, your brain is just going to start pouring out the side of your ear like soup to kill. So, I would say, for the sake of probably collapse, start to fall asleep. Sorry.
The tracks.
Fall asleep. Just make one other wisdom save. Again, disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Come on, baby. Let's be lucky.
No, we lost the lucky one.
14.
Hey.
Oh, I got a natural 20 and a 5. I think that's one too low.
Alright, it's not so terrible, is it? Unfortunately. You see. It's, well, Blackstone. Strange. It's Blackstone. You remember seeing.
Mhm.
It's empty. It's vacant. Come to that part with the walls where you're just simply too small to get through.
I attempt that same trick I did before the dream.
Try to make yourself smaller or the walls bigger.
Yeah.
Which one?
I attempt to make myself smaller. I think that's going to be easier for me to do.
Good.
Think back to like when I was a kid, when everything's all distorted.
Shrink down. Try to get to the other side. There. Try to shrink back up. Make another wisdom check.
Disadvantage. And that was actually really good. 25 with disadvantage.
Damn, nice. Okay, so you're able to restore your size back on the opposite end. Keep going. And come to the part where there was the room with the flayed body. There, Blackstone.
Yeah.
That's on your right. Far up to your left, you see the door where you met Weijia.
And that's
Far up, No, not the book. The book was on.
Oh,
The book was
the other
through
way.
the room with the flayed body.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
not there.
And on the left,
Sorry,
you see
too
it.
many flayed bodies for me to keep track of.
I know, so sorry. On the left, you see another doorway. It was locked the last time you came.
Yeah.
It's wide open this time. Okay.
Ahead, is it still like, if I remember correctly, like I could walk further, right? And then on the left, there was like the lecture hall.
Yeah, on the far left, there was a lecture hall.
Okay. But this door's unlocked before there.
It was it was locked before, and you couldn't get into it. Now, like there was no trick you could try that seemed to have opened it, but now you see it simply open for you.
I'll go in.
Okay. You look in, and you see this man. He's going through some fence. Sad. He's tossing things, books, into a small fire, kindling on the floor. Portraits, trinkets, a little flare up as he tosses what looks like a small book of art. Pulls up this one, a little vial. Corks it. Smells it. Reseals it. Stuffs that back into his pocket. Holds it close. Turns. Looks alarmed. Noticing you. See Weija. His eyes. Similar glow to yours, but more like seeing a wolf's eyes, like flicker, sort of silent, not even exchanging words. There's uncertainty on both sides. You can animal handling check. It's like
10
10
with disadvantage.
turns, runs. You see him run away from you. The room that was just a flat, short room suddenly seems to expand, moving farther and farther. You chase him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull another one of those dream tricks.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna try to imagine. You said he looked like the wolfish eyes, so I'm gonna kind of like lock into that and kind of imagine my body changing into like some type of like canid and attempt to run after him. I don't know. Let's go for it. Why not? Dreams are weird.
So you become as not a goat,
Not a goat.
but you're familiar with the feeling of having 4 legs. I'll say this, yeah, you become a fox.
Okay.
With, with
Little
horns,
horns.
strangely enough. And you run fast as you can, chasing after this man. He doesn't take on a wolf-like form, but as he runs and runs, ambling up after him, this fox form. And there, you start to notice the walls themselves begin to start to have gaps. The gaps become almost like trees, columns. You're not quite sure in this form. Just make an intelligence check. Or a
As a
history.
character, by any chance, would this remind me of that place that Pogla went to after like going through the columns?
That depends on your history check.
Okay. History check. Disadvantage. Ooh, 13.
13? Okay. No, it does not
No.
remind you of the room where Poglo was. But as you start to look at the columns and the trees, and start to become more rigid, more column-like,
Oh no.
as you look around, you start to see, you look up, as you're chasing. You begin to see them, not trees, but vaulted ceilings. You can see the full stretch of the bone vaults.
The bone
Wow.
vault.
You begin to see them chasing around. And in the midst of this, here you see the man seem to disappear. He's just gone far ahead of you somehow. It seems he has tricks to know. So, with that, you're alone, looking around at these vaults. Then you hear something, a sound. Hello? Hello? Shh. She doesn't belong here. Oh, she's lost. Oh, she's so cute. Look at those little horns. Shh. Get in trouble. I don't want to be in trouble again. Shh. We'll be okay. Are you lost? Yeah, are you a lost? Are you a stranger? You hear the voices. You don't see them.
I'll sit down and I'll kind of look up to where I assume the voices are coming from and like kind of tilt my head. Can I talk?
Yeah, you can talk.
Oh, okay.
It's more or less
It's a dream, yeah.
dream state, yeah. So you speak.
I'm not exactly sure if I'm lost, but I don't know where I am. Well, I mean, I do know where I am. The bone vault, right?
Not there, silly. Up here. Up here. Up here. Come on. You hear a laugh. You hear the laughter doubled. Trails off. Cavernous bone vaults. You look. You seem to shift. Almost as though, as you look closely at the vaults themselves, sort of fractal-like geometry to them. Lines seem to, like, cross into each other. Like the rooms themselves almost sway. Shift. Like the ribs of an accordion. Do you need to find your way home? We know lots of ways. Lots of ways. Secret ways. I don't want to get in trouble again. I'm scared. Don't be scared. You don't know about the secret ways. We'll be fine.
How about this? Why don't so you don't get in trouble, I'll just keep walking and you guys can keep me company. You don't have to tell me anything you don't want to.
What do you think, guys? I like friends. Can you be our friend?
I mean, I don't know who you are.
We're up here, so
I'll look up. I'm assuming I don't actually see anything.
look up. And you see the child.
Oh,
Ah, fuck, Matt.
I'm not gonna like it.
Sorry.
Great, thanks, I hate it. Excellent, love this for me.
The three of them speaking in turn. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You follow us. We can help you. We can help her.
Can I do some kind of insight check?
Yes. You can certainly try.
Alright.
Oh,
Maybe
I'm good at this, even though it's a disadvantage. Okay, I rolled a natural 1, so 10. 10.
10. Okay.
Could have been a 20, but
Well, internally, your mind is screaming, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? It's like there's
So-
there's no cool about it. That anyone should. A natural 1 is the appropriate reaction.
Okay, yeah.
So don't
I'm
worry,
trying to remember, like, does that thing, like, one of the very first things we fought that I confused, that was, like, the corpse queen, that was, like, had, like, weird little legs, too,
Yep.
and, oh, yeah, am I getting any similarities?
Make an intelligence or a history check.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid though. +1 at disadvantage. What could go wrong? Another natural one for a 2.
You've never seen this kind of thing in your fucking life. What
Okay.
the hell is that? You actually want to run away from it.
Okay, great.
They're so cute, though.
Hey, I'm gonna call it here for myself,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry for the
That
nightmares,
was
Mike.
awesome. That was fine. Good way to call it for me.
God.
All right. Good night,
Good
guys.
night.
Thanks. See ya.
Yeah, let's trust these creepy, um, whatever they are. Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what else I'm gonna do. That like, the landscape keeps changing and shifting around me.
Looking around, yeah, you turn around. You don't see a single hallway leading back the way you came. Now you see it looks like this, almost like branching like the like trachea, or like lungs, like the different pathways
Can I
spiraling out.
cast a spell in
Actually,
here?
what's that?
Can I cast a spell in here?
Dispel?
No, can a
Oh,
spell.
cat spell.
Because what I want it to do,
It depends.
and you can,
Are they somatic as well? Like, or like do the unique use of your hands and everything? Because technically your body's. Well, no, I'll allow it. Yeah.
I would like to cast. It takes 10 minutes. I would like to cast Legend Lore on the Bone Vaults.
Okay. So we'll say that for the sake of this, you're casting this while you're walking with them and just chatting and everything. Okay, so I think a lot of this legend lore is going to come through them talking about this.
Okay. Yeah.
So, with that, yeah,
My last level 5th slot.
get a sense for the scale, massive size of his domain, the sprawling tunnels, branching path, the networks of tunnels that never really. It's not a single design to a building, but a living thing, winding, crawling. You're walking within the belly of the beast. So the child, triplets, we call them.
Aw.
Look at this. Listen, think about. I mean, this is our home. Do you like it? It's very nice, I think, but not very many people come to play with us. I'm so happy you came. Do you like it here? Are you gonna stay forever?
I don't know. I've been here once before, but you weren't there. Kind of confusing for me to navigate. Maybe that's because I'm not from here.
Oh,
The last time was a lot scarier than this time, though.
oh. Yeah, they move when you get scared. You have to be brave.
Okay. Well, I think I'll be able to be brave with you 3 helping me.
She's nice. I like her. Can we keep her? I don't know. Can we keep you? No, silly. We can't keep her. She's just visiting. Oh. Can we visit you sometime?
I think I am here because I'm asleep.
Everyone's here because we're...
Oh, that's interesting. But usually I wake up at some point.
Usually.
I mean, I haven't not woken up yet.
So where do you want to go?
Well, where can I go? I was following someone earlier, and then I lost them.
There's lots of places.
Okay, what's your favorite place?
Well, I don't like going by where Daddy sits and works.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's
he
not go
works
there
too
then.
hard. He's not nice. Yeah. He's angry all the time.
Mhm.
There's also, like, there's the gate, but it's scary. and
Okay.
sometimes can't make it through. There's also, well, there's that. Where did you come from?
Well, I came from somewhere called Blackstone.
Blackstone. It's a funny name for a place.
It is.
Shh, it's not funny. What
I
if
mean,
it's
all the
really like
stones
the
there were
name of
black.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if
It's
it's your
kind of literal.
favorite color? And you're being so mean. I'm not being mean. I thought it was so. I like it. And they just clitter the entire time walking
So
beside
I
you.
was
And
there.
it's strangely
Yeah.
that strange way that in being in a dream you can be next to something and like you start to have this sense of, I would say, picking up like an aura of simple childlike friendliness from this creature, horrifying as it looks. It's just you've got this sense of being kind of pleasant.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't make sense to you. No.
I've been through
There's-
my fair share of weird dreams, and as long as I convince myself that they're not scary, they shouldn't get any scarier. This is normal and fine.
That's the
Yeah.
spirit.
Just keep telling myself that.
There's other places too.
All
Oh,
right.
there's the. I mean, there's the long flat plains where go and people sometimes travel there, but most people want to get out.
That doesn't seem very interesting.
You know,
Seems like a lot of nothing.
there's a lot of ways to go and see the. You know, people are always trying to ask us if they can find a way out. I know they
Well-
never want to spend time with us.
Well,
There's-
you guys have obviously been here the longest. What are your favorite places to see?
Oh! Tell about the ship. Oh yeah. So
Oh,
there's
that
a
sounds cool.
yeah. It's so big. I don't think it works though.
Like
But-
bigger than this room?
Yeah. You look around the room you're
Oh.
in. Actually, here's the room you're in, more or less. Dude. It's just columns and everything back ways. It sort of sprawls on this sort of opaque mist.
Does it almost
hiding.
look like there's like little? It's almost like a weird little city or something.
Strangely enough, yeah, just like a feeling of endless caverns, just this sort of fractal like bone that just goes on. Yes. I mean, there's places where if you can go through from the sealed door to most places, but it's dangerous. But to get there, you have to go up the walls.
Up
From
the
there, you
wall.
can up the walls. If you go up the walls, well, it's dangerous if you go straight up. She knows it's dangerous. That's why she's going with us to see the secret way. Yeah, so the secret ways are the way Daddy gets a lot of his work done, I think. I don't know. Then there's also a lot of he has a lot of help.
A lot
Yeah,
of what?
a lot of help.
Help.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think they would help her? Yeah, they might help. I don't know. They might get angry too, though.
Well, I think you guys are doing a pretty good job of helping me.
Who are my sisters?
Hmm?
Do you know my sisters?
I don't know. Who are your sisters? I know a lot of people.
Oh, you know their sister.
Shut up! I'm playing dumb.
I'm not there.
There's a lot of them.
A lot. Wow.
Some of them are around it, but it makes me sad. But Daddy said that one day, one day we could get a present. The present would make us happy. It would mean that we were his. He hasn't come to see us yet. See, I like presents. Little one says.
Oh, you like presents?
I do. Oh, do you have presents?
Yeah. Now, this might be a terrible idea, and I have no idea if this item is plot relevant, but we found that box of pigments, like one of the very first adventures I went on with you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
In the vault, that may or may not have belonged to one of those siblings. And kids like paints, so I'll pick that out. Let's see where this goes.
I love it. Oh my gosh! And you see like the little mechanical feet start to like dip it into like the different things and start to draw pictures. But as they start to draw pictures, just this mechanical like it's almost like scraping at the walls, at the bone.
Mm-hmm.
And with it, you see. Okay, so this will help with the legend, I think. You see some images,
Okay.
and it's almost like a flash. It's a weird dream-like thing where it doesn't make sense that they could have drawn these things so fast. And you see them, rapid succession.
Oh.
God damn it, Matt.
Wait, the colors in that one are very nice. I'll compliment their color choices.
Yeah.
And then I'll say I like all the branches on the tree. I think that's very pretty.
Then one of them.
I don't have anything nice to say about the second one, so I'll just skip past that one.
See the ship.
The
That's it. That's a good one. Then you see
Poor Mike.
suddenly hear this screeching sound from behind you. What are you doing? Comes a voice. Turn. And as you turn, the children. No! Please don't tell that. What are you doing? You hear the voice become deeper, terrifying, as the Wrath one looks face
Oh, no.
enraged. A feet crawl towards you. She towers open, very much similar to the figure you saw of Altuania crouched up. She looks like this nearly 18-foot tall woman. This one's a little shorter. She reaches up a hand to grab at you.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up.
Okay.
Well rested. So,
Okay.
yeah. So,
It could have been worse. Could have been worse.
in Adraxa, where would you like to spend the night? Anywhere fucking else, probably.
I'm not going to sleep now. Fuck that shit. No.
I'll just take exhaustion till I die.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay.
I'll take another level. Thank you. All right. So now that Adraxa's within the city walls, and she was where like the Tower of Brass was, and is just looking at like the basement and
The hole,
the wreckage now. She'll kind of like find a quiet corner that's like tucked away from everything, just out on the street, out in the open. And she'll start finding spare planks from the rubble that she can find and paper, and just build a little fire on the street. Just as a place to like make camp for the night. But like completely ignoring Spine Crusher. Like not even like looking at him or talking to him. She doesn't really care if he like.
He's making as much noise to you as he is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's completely disregarding him and doesn't care if he like continues to follow or not. Adraxa will take out Blissbringer, which she had picked up when she picked up Brunin. And as the fire starts to burn, she'll put the blade of Blissbringer in the fire and just start heating up the blade. Which takes time, I imagine, right? DM Blacksmith?
Considering you don't have a bellows to get it to be that hot, takes a good bit of wood, good bit of fuel, good time.
Yeah.
You're able to get it, I'd say, to first you see it at like a, not to mention with this kind of metal, way this is forged.
Yes.
I'd say you're not the hottest you're able to get it to low is like a deep dark cherry.
Okay. She's not trying to change Blissbringer. She's just trying to get it as hot as she can.
Yeah,
And she's
it's
got
just
time.
it's good steel. So this thing gets after out maybe an hour or so, the flames pile a bit higher where it's actually hot. You don't see your breath anymore.
So
Spine Crusher kind of rolls over, tries to more distance away from the fire.
So once it's hot enough, Adraxa will take off the leather sleeve that she bought at Zebrot's like 8,000 years ago and look down at her 3rd Legion tattoo and just use the hot blade of Blissbringer to try and sear it off.
Okay. Take 17 points of fire damage.
Rightfully so. Then she'll just leave Blissbringer down beside her to cool. And eventually try and sleep.
Now, the first time since strangely enough, sleep well. Something in that act didn't feel cathartic in the moment, just felt searing pain. Slept, laid down. There's a different kind of relief that you felt. That searing pain felt similar to that white hot pain you felt on your shoulder. Felt this intensity to it. It's primal. The urgency of that moment, that sensation screaming at you that there's only this, that was it. And that felt no white noise of pain, for reminders of Brunen's songs, of Kara. See, your sister taunting. Feel worries about Croc. Hopes for him to think about many things. Felt strangely at ease. When you let down the burden, you still carried so much. Strangely enough, you sleep that night. And you have a dream where you're looking at this annoying halfling. At this point, you're an old woman. Grumbling at like this party. It's this old man. Disgusting how old halflings are. You look at him. Just feels strange about it. Look at the old man. He's got a familiar smile. He lets out a respectful whistle after you grumble. He goes off. Starts dancing happily. You smell something. Yeah.
How come you get a nice dream? No fair.
Do I?
Smell something. Something's being smoked. Some kind of wood. Cherry wood? Good. Like proper use for a cherry wood tree is fucking burn it down. Oh, smell. Then
Firewood.
you go into you step outside, cold, crisp air. Music inside is just picking up again and again. Violent. Starts to get sad. See in the distance. Cold. Snowy bank. Tree. Tree is on fire. You see the rope fall. Cinders. Like 10,000 butterflies rising up into the sky, blowing each of them. You see the ashes of that tree and that rope fly up. Look up, see the stars. Yell back into the room. Wait for me! And begin to dance the most horribly, horribly done jig that any halfling has ever seen. Breaking a table that was thought to be very well built. Grok looks furious. Strangely enough, it's whole. His legs look good, strong. There's an old orc beside you. Turn. See Terrid smile at you. Bows. Always ridiculously courteous, that one. Takes your hand. Don't worry. Don't worry. Always constantly vigilant, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing about these little people here. How to live. Always vigilant, always vigilant. Always expecting you're going to see monsters where there aren't any. Always have to fight them when they're not there. These people. Well, that one knows how to have a good time. As you look and you see the old man doesn't look so old anymore. That, I think, is where we're going to call it.
Yeah.
I am ruined.
That was a lot.
I'm never.
Let me tell you.
I'm never gonna emotionally recover from playing this fucking game. I know Mike's offline and he's not dead, but I'm having a tough time right now.
Okay.
I'm coming into this today, I was like, damn, Drax is the only one left from the original party. Like, Malix knew, we switched Arlingtons, now Brunan's dead.
I was really hoping he'd at least roll somebody with a high int, but nope, we're all just a bunch of big, doomed dum-dums.
Me and you're out tied for the most intelligent at +1.
That's bad. How did a...
It figures...
How did...
It's a bright future for Stalia, considering that like the only city with colleges is gone.
You're so stupid.
Where it's idiocracy now.
It's like, why don't you go read a book? A what?
Matt, can you even imagine? We started playing this campaign about 3 years ago, and I rolled this big dumb barbarian as a joke, and now she's legit has to be the smartest person in the party because everyone else is gone.
That's
what?
The best of campaigns.
How is like fate in our hands? It's I can't wait.
We picked the name, and now we have to pay the price.
Oh man,
It's a fate.
good story, Maddie.
Sometimes it,
That's good.
Great story,
you.
Maddie. That was...
Sorry for continuing to split the party.
oh god.
We'll
No, it's okay. It's okay.
We'll figure out how to get back together somehow.
The quick
I mean,
answer is you split the party long enough, the problem resolves itself, and then there's a new party that stays together.
Sorry, you have 2 campaigns now?
No, I sent you enough foreshadowing. You're good.
Ow.
You guys will be good for a while.
Oh Jesus, Zara. You
Alright. Oh, God.
well,
Been for a while. I wish I rolled higher on intelligence, let me tell you. Oh, I wish I was at least a +2 or a +3. And jeez.
well, I'm definitely going to be blowing up our meta chat on the Discord shortly.
Please. Oh my god.
Good game,
Wish
y'all.
I had a better memory. God damn it.
Right.
Everyone watching, I'm sorry. I know that last week was a bit emotional train wreck for us, and then this time, God.
Hey, thanks.
Still don't know Brunen's
Stick with us.
dead.
Stick with us. I promise you. Eventually, we'll get back to silly, goofy hijinks and carnivals and bullshit. I promise we'll get back to proper.
We had a few people hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, everybody,
Yeah,
for
Thank
hanging
you,
out.
guys.
People hung out, which was cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. Shall we say goodnight?
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Guys,
Thanks for
love
sticking
you.
around.
Thank you.